Like Rick Bucher is still, he's not on the beat anymore, but he still appears to be like knee deep in
Sharp.
I don't get that feeling about Stephen A anymore.
Notice nobody comes after Rick Bucher. They don't want the smoke with Rick Bucher.
They don't want that. I think they know that Rick Bucher knows a lot. Yeah.
He knows everybody, and they have told him everything.
Yes. I've tried.
Remember when we were talking about Discovery? We were talking about like legal battles.
Yes.
Rick Bucher is Pandora's box.
Yeah.
Like the things, I mean, the worms that are coming, bro.
Let's just think, right? He covered the Golden State for years. Think about the stuff he knows about Draymond behind the scenes. Yeah, welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live.
Hear ye.
There we go. What's going on, y'all? We got a good episode of the Format Podcast for you guys tonight. Of course, it's me, Bruce, the host of the show, and with my co-host filling in, Sneed. Got what you need. What's going on, Sneed?
Salute, brother. Glad to be here, man. Let's do this.
No doubt. Well, what's going on, everybody? We got some good topics for you tonight. Again, it's football season, but for those of you itching for a little hoops, we'll get to a little bit of that with the last topic. We'll give you a little something.
Touch, right?
Just a touch. But it's football season, y'all, so get ready to be bombarded with that, for the next couple of months because, well, it's the number one sport in America. Football is king. But
it's going to be like that till February, bro. Come on, let's be honest. January's, playoffs and then Super Bowl time,
And I love it. Oh my gosh, college football, pro football. Hell, if we get somebody in here who wants to talk high school football, we can do that. It's all.
Yo, Bruce, I got to ask you, bro. So, what's your story with sports, right? Like my story is I loved hoops as a kid, like very, very young.
Me too.
And then they took the Browns from me. So I really had nowhere to go but focus on hoops and then the Cleveland Indians at the time, but they became the Guardians. So I had to fall back in love with the NFL again. And the way I did it was through fantasy sports, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Huh. Yeah. So me, man, I grew up kind of like I wasn't into sports that much when I was super young. Like I remember watching it, as a kid, grade school kid, but I really started getting into sports probably around like 7th, 8th grade, like really getting into it. And I was just like, I watched football and I liked football, but I was in love with basketball. Like, NBA action is fantastic. NBA on NBC. That's why, you guys
era, right? That was the era.
Yeah. Loved it so much, Michael Jordan and Dream and all those guys. It was fantastic. Now, like I say, I go back to Bird and waving the towel in the garden and I remember all that, but my era was the 90s, man. And so, I really and truly, I was so in love with basketball, but I liked football too. But then it kind of got me to where when things started changing in basketball, it flipped for me. And I started loving football more, pro football, college football. I love football so much, man. I just think even though the rules in football have changed and all that too, I think it's a more pure form of competition. There's a little less drama, a little less player control and all that.
You know what it is, Bruce? It's the team construct.
Yes.
One guy can't win it.
That's right.
One guy can't pretend to win it. One guy can't set a narrative that he's going to win it. You can't do none of that.
Yeah. So,
that's
what it is for me. That's what it is for me. Real quick, let's go ahead and let's do the intro. We'll do the little spiel, then we'll come back. We'll give a shout out to the channel members and of course, my main man Nino there, and then we will get to it. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast. We should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us a like, leave us a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. Make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the content we're delivering you, make sure you hit that join button. There's going to be exclusive content here just for you. This was interesting, man. This was a topic I know that you wanted to discuss. Why don't you lead off with this?
Which one is this one here?
Skip and Steve.
Oh,
Skip's
yeah.
On Stephen A.
Yeah.
I thought was interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if we have the audio clip, but do you just want me to lead? You got the clip?
I have the clip.
Play the clip, bro.
All right. So Skip Bayless, we all know who Skip Bayless is. He was on Sage Steele's podcast, and they talked about a variety of things. And some of what they ended up talking about was his time on First Take with Stephen A. Smith. And I thought there were some very interesting notes, nuggets, whatever you want to call them, that he brought up. So we got about 3.5 minutes here. Let's go ahead and listen to it, and then we'll come back and we'll discuss.
You can't teach chemistry. It's right. You just can't. And I was so blessed to have Stephen A. and Shannon. You cannot imagine, because it's hard to find that chemistry and that connection across the table on live TV. It's this because you sat in between it occasionally, and you're watching it from a distance, but also you could see it in operation up close. Where I prepped hard, Shannon prepped hard, Stephen A. not so much, but prep got in the way for him. And when Jamie Horowitz took over the show and we brought in Stephen A. full time, they would try to prep him, like, think about this. You need some ammunition, fight back with a couple of numbers. You don't need to stat them to death because that's boring. But occasionally there's one killer stat that I would usually have that he needed to figure out how to counter with what's the flip of that stat? What do you need to defeat it? And so they were trying to teach Stephen A. to fight fire with fire more than he would.
Real quick, I thought that was the first thing that he said there. That was very interesting when he said Stephen A. didn't prep that much, because we know Shannon really does his prep. This is what I don't get, right? You're on one of these shows. You're the star. You have researchers. They're digging up all the numbers and all the stats and all this stuff to give you. You have researchers.
You know what they say, Bruce?
What
these guys say? They say, I got to debate such and such about this topic today. Give me 2 things to add to my rebuttals, to add to my debate piece.
Right. Like, could you imagine, us just doing this show on this level, right? Could you imagine if we had researchers too? Like, just the fact that, we are familiar with the topics that we bring up, we discuss,
and we cook.
Topic we're going to do. Right. Imagine now if we had researchers adding into that. Like, that's disappointing for Skip to say that, Stephen A. not so much on the prep. I didn't like that at all.
That might be the most damning statement you can make about someone, when you are questioning their dedication to their craft.
Yeah. And it's crazy because Stephen A. is, a high-level journalist, or he was a high-level print journalist. So
he's a fat cat, bro. He's a fat cat.
Yeah. All right, let's continue.
But he just fought fire with gift of gab, and it's just
and volume,
blessing and volume. But he's good. He can just talk and talk. And sometimes, if in the few times that he would go first, it was hard on him because you would just watch his brain working on live TV, where he's just rambling for a while, and then you can see the eureka of, oh, wait, I got my point now. I got a point, and boom, boom, and I'm like, thank you. You finally got there. Now we can go, right? And yet I prepped hard, but I wasn't an actor. So as God is my witness.
Okay, 2 things. I don't think he's deliberately trying to take shots at Stephen A. here. I think he's just trying to be honest about what went on as he saw it, 1. And 2, when he says, I wasn't trying to be an actor, do you think he's trying to say that Stephen A. was trying to be an actor?
I mean, I think there's entertainment
Of
edge
course.
to Stephen A. Smith. I think he puts it on thick, bro.
I think so too. I
think he puts a lot. He really does put it on like, extra, and we could tell and we could feel it, sense it, see it. And you're like, bro, chill out. It's not even.
For sure. For sure. All right. Let's continue.
I couldn't stand to watch myself back. I never watched. I don't know if you
That
did in your
surprises me
early
with
anchor
you.
days or you. I never watched it because I feared if I watched it back that I'd think, I should have rolled my eyes more there, or I should have raised my voice more. And now you're acting. You're actually. It's like you're trying to script it out. And the beauty of it was utterly unscripted. And sometimes we ran the show off the rails, obviously, because you do have to take these breaks. But more with Stephen A. than Shannon, it might go someplace that I certainly couldn't predict, but I was prepared to go anywhere he wants to go. And I would tell him, just let it fly, man. I'll be with you. And the beauty of those two partnerships is you have to trust each other beyond what you might even think, because you can't push each other over the cliff. And as I always said about from the early days of First Take, no punches pulled, but none thrown. You can't get to the point where you get mad and want to throw punches. Sometimes Shannon and I would get mad at each other. Sometimes Stephen A. and I would get mad. And I'd say, boy, you woke up on the wrong side of bed today. Because he just, but his problem was in the early days of Twitter, and I don't know if he still does it, but he would just, in the breaks, he would just read his phone. I don't know. He just read the responses. And if he read one response that said, you just got your ass kicked, like on live national TV, then we'd come out of break and go into the next one, and he would be in this surly, foul mood. I'd say, what are you doing? It's not that big a deal. It's okay. Yeah. Let it go. It's okay. I mean, I would say that to him on the air because it would be clear.
It was obvious.
Somebody had pushed his button, and it's always just one guy on Twitter. And I know I was a victim in the first year of Twitter. I would read my mentions, ats, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. The amount of influence that people on Twitter or his mentions would have on Stephen A. And one part, and then I'll let you go after this, Snead. One part that I didn't have in this clip here that I thought was crazy when I listened to it was Skip saying that depending on the responses that he was getting on Twitter, that he might change his stance. He might flip his stance in his commentary after the break. And I'm like, really? Like that's... I don't have any respect for that. Like 1,000,001 people could say, oh, you a hater. You just hating on Bron, blah, blah, blah. Guess what I'm going to do? Dig in harder and dismantle every one of them. That's not going to make me change my stance, because if I know that I'm coming with truth and I got the evidence behind me, why would I change my stance? That disturbs me, and that lets me know that unfortunately it's more of a show than real sports talk, right? And like us, even on our small level, we try to be entertaining, but we try to keep it real sports talk too. Your thoughts?
Stephen A. Smith just got exposed by a friend.
Yeah, man.
For being insecure and unprepared.
Yeah.
So the guy who makes the most money doing what he's doing is really a fraud.
Yeah.
He's an actor. He panders. He rambles. He's inauthentic. He's not even great at what he does. Because the greatness would come from the respect of his contemporaries. They would say, this guy kept kicking my ass.
Right.
Stephen A. Smith ain't kicking nobody's ass. He gets people fired. He doesn't kick people's ass at what they do.
I just thought about something. This is why he and LeBron don't get along. They're the same guy.
Exactly. Did you watch my video recently?
Yes, I did. Did you say that?
Yes.
Okay.
They're the same guys. The skin is thin.
You did say that. That's
right. And they're insecure. And the camera's always rolling.
Yeah.
If it is or it isn't, they just think it is.
Right.
So what do? You never get the real. It's always a show because they think the camera's always rolling.
That's crazy. And they're both extremely accomplished in their lane. They both make a ton of money in their lane.
Yes.
But they get called out and they don't have the respect of their peers. That is very interesting. Because when you were saying that, I was like, that's funny because it's kind of like Kobe's peers respect him more than the mainstream media does. But like, yeah, wow, that's crazy.
Nobody had smoke for Kobe until he passed.
Wow. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I was really. I'm not the biggest fan of Stephen A, but I try to give real writers, journalists, print guys the benefit of the doubt, right?
He was that at one point.
Yeah, they know and
He
understand
was that.
what the journalistic tenets are.
It changed. It changed at some time around Max Kellerman era.
Yeah.
If you felt you had nothing to prove, meaning like you hear Stephen A talk about it all the time. I make a lot of money. That's your lead. That's your lead.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's man. Yeah. Very, very, very disappointing. But wow. And he just signed this mega deal not too long ago. But it's funny, now you're hearing more people who have less than flattering things to say about him. Interesting.
You know what's really ironic is Stephen A was talking about LeBron recently, and he was talking about how like he knows what he's done to people. He knows what he's done to other media people.
Yeah.
Do you know what Stephen A. Smith has done to media people?
I'm sure. I mean,
These are the same guys. One plays basketball, one talks basketball, fakes it.
Right.
You know, he was playing solitaire at the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
In a series that went 7 games, bro.
Try to come up with some, yeah.
A fake and a fraud, and he's getting exposed by Skip Bayless, who literally would be nowhere without those guys.
Right.
Who would he be without Stephen A? Who would he be with Shay? Like these, who would he be?
Right. I mean, Skip has written a few books. Like I think he wrote 3 books on the Cowboys that did well, obviously.
But he can't stand alone the way he did with those guys.
No. I mean, he was a quality, sports writer for a while, but
yeah, you don't watch his pod. You don't listen to him for 10, 20 minutes.
I don't.
You'd lose your damn mind. I can't do it. And by the way, the reason he doesn't roll his eyes, the reason he doesn't smile and do facial expressions, remember he was talking about how he couldn't fake it? It's all the Botox, bro. His face is too stiff. Dude looks like Skeletor, bro. Pull up a picture of Skeletor. Check it out, bro.
Yo, you're a funny dude. I'm gonna do that. I'm not. That's crazy. Wow.
You can't smile, bro. The face is too stiff, bro.
Have you seen? There's a guy on. I don't know if it's on Twitter or TikTok or whatever. He does impressions of Skip talking about the Cowboys, and he's so spot on. That guy's really
good. Funny. It's probably funny, bro. There's something about Cowboys, fanatics that just it's good entertainment, bro.
Yeah, no, he does a perfect Skip. He's really good. Excuse me. All right. Woodage, Aikman hates Skip because Skip insinuated that Aikman was gay, I think, in one of his books.
Yeah.
So that would make me have very not great feelings towards someone as well.
Has anything ever been verified?
No,
has
not
anything ever, like this guy, bro, like you to have like journalistic credentials, you gotta have it if you're gonna say it.
Say something like that, yeah. Excuse me, guys. All right. So let's go ahead and we'll open the lines up on that one. Again, link is pinned in the top of the chat. So anybody who wants to, we'll take a couple calls on that one. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it.
Man, there's a reason why people have moved platforms and they have gone to the independent content creator space.
Yeah, man.
And these other platforms, they don't want to deal with this stuff. Like nobody wants to sit there and consume this content and be like, this is the truth. I don't think so. I mean, you can't even really like basketball conversations with Stephen A. Smith have gotten really weak.
Yeah.
Basketball. This guy was Mr. Allen Iverson beat.
Yeah.
You know, this guy was.
The further you get away from the beat, right? Like Rick Bucher is still, he's not on the beat anymore, but he still appears to be like knee deep in
Sharp.
Yeah, I don't get that feeling about Stephen A anymore.
Notice nobody comes after Rick Bucher. They don't want the smoke with Rick Bucher.
They don't want that. I think they know that Rick Bucher knows a lot. Yeah.
He knows everybody, and they have told him everything.
Yes.
Remember when we were talking about Discovery? We were talking about like legal battles.
Yes.
Rick Bucher is Pandora's box.
Yeah.
Like the things, I mean, the worms that are coming, bro.
Let's just think, right? He covered the Golden State for years. Think about the stuff he knows about Draymond behind the scenes.
And how well does Rick Bucher explain and articulate and speak?
Yeah, he's really good.
Master.
Yeah. But
he will cook somebody in the most professional way possible, and you can't say nothing to him.
No. And he does it in a way too that's simple enough for anyone to understand, right? I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the average newspaper is written on a level for a sixth grader to be able to read it. That's
probably
the standard. Yeah, that's the standard. And so, like, Rick, obviously, to be a writer, you have to have a level of, you know, as you mentioned, articulation, eloquence. You know, you have to have an expansive vocabulary. And we know he's got all that, but he speaks in a way that it's very easy for people to understand. So, you know, really, Edward, you know what? You got it. I'm not gonna do this. All right. So we will. Oh, here we go. We got Wu-Tang Forever.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
You best protect your neck, son. Protect your neck.
That's a classic. Wu-Tang Forever. What's good? Who's this?
Yo. What's up, man? It's Brucey.
Bruce,
What up?
hey.
Good, man.
What's going on with y'all boys? Hey, man. Hold on. It's echo. Hold on. It's echo.
Got to close out that YouTube, bro.
Yeah,
keep the StreamYard going.
Oh man. Hello.
Yes.
What up?
Better. Hey man, shit. The truth coming to light about Stephen A, isn't it?
Yeah, just like it's coming to light about LeBron. Go ahead.
Why you throwing LeBron shot at LeBron, bro? Hey, LeBron somewhere in Calabasas playing golf, minding his business, man. Bruce. Just had no shot at LeBron. I hear you and Sneed on here talking about Stephen A and LeBron all one and the same and all this. And, so basically, Skip called Stephen out for being a fraud, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I suppose you could look at it that way, yes.
Yeah, man. Hey, we been knew this. Hey, Stephen A think he bigger than some athletes out here. Stephen A actually think he's an NBA player, bro. He actually think he's one of the guys.
Winston-Salem, bro. Winston-Salem.
Winston-Salem State, yeah.
He really do though, yo. Like, yeah. And it's surprising that Skip is the one who throwing him under the bus, huh? Yeah. Shit. Hey, and I hear y'all in here talk about y'all don't like Skip. Man, y'all don't like Skip?
Nope.
Come on,
Skip is all right. Skip is,
I don't like Skip. I think Skip's also a fake and a fraud.
Y'all talking about Skip. Listen, y'all got it messed up. Y'all talking about Skip wouldn't be nowhere without Shannon and Stephen A. Stephen A. and Shannon wouldn't be nowhere without Skip because Skip the one who pulled both of them in.
100%.
If you want to get technical.
I think both of them worked really well together.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those things.
So, like, well, and we all knew this about Stephen A. He wanted to be an actor. That's what he always brag about him being on Got Light and all this, these daytime stories.
Yo.
Yeah, General Hospital. Yeah, he already that's what he want to be. And he's planning it out on the front of the whole world. It's no surprise, bro. I've been knew he was a fraud.
Are
When he
you
did pull
aware,
that,
Bruce? Are you aware that Stephen A. Smith is looking to get into politics?
yes, he talking about he would run for president. Somebody
What
vote for
what
his
type of
big head.
guy? What
I don't
type of
think
guy tries to cross over into politics? What kind of person do you have to be?
Listen, first
it's
of
not
all,
that. It's let me interrupt you real quick, Bruce. I don't think it's a function of him really wanting to do that, but I think he wants to spread his brand as wide as possible to make as much money as that's all I see.
look,
Go ahead, Bruce.
listen, he all about the money. He make that very clear, damn near every day. He'll tell you that on national television. I makes a lot of money. And man, I never did like ever since he started switching up ever since that Max Kellerman thing, man. That's when he went downhill. He got too big for his britches. Then and I thank God the great T.O. called him out in front of the world. That was one of the most beautiful things in the world.
That was one of the most ignorant things in the world. But go ahead.
Oh, you don't agree with that?
Huh?
Oh, why you wouldn't agree with that, Bruce? Why you ain't like that?
All right, I'm gonna keep it brief here because I'm not going down that lane with you. But
We ain't gotta go down the lane. Go ahead, man. We ain't gotta go down the lane. Go ahead.
It's very ignorant to make a comment like who is T.O. to measure some other black person's blackness? That is so stupid.
Could we see the fake shit every day, Bruce?
There is no arbiter of blackness. There is one black person is blacker than another. There is no standard for what black is. It's just dumb. And we've fallen into our own trap when we do
That's
that.
how you think, good bro. We had a discussion many of times. Okay, we ain't gonna go into all that. Because we'll be all here all night back and forth about that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you might get flagged.
Yes. Yes.
So Skip calling out Stephen A. Hey. It's funny. Your once best guy calling you out, man, and he just telling him how it is. You know, he's on Twitter, and he wasn't really all about the money. So who cares about what Stephen A. going through? I know never liked that guy. And one split second I liked him, but man. He do a whole bunch of fake stuff, and it's coming to light, and I'm happy. I'm out of here, man.
All right, Brucey.
Reminds me of somebody else. Hey, thanks for the call, man.
Hey, man. So go ahead, man. Leave LeBron alone. That man home playing golf, man. He gonna win the Masters one day. Alpha and the Omega, mega. You see, getting better and better every time he hit the golf course.
You heard what you said, Alpha and the Omega. Yeah, that's what we with on the low. But anyway.
All right, man. Go ahead, man. All right.
All right, brother.
Yo, B Siegs in the third lane. He said beans on the mic.
Nino, what up, man?
Nino, what up?
I was just gonna listen to the rest of the show, but I've been told you, Bruce. How long you been doing this show? About 2 years now?
Yeah, a little minute. Yeah.
I told you who responsible for all the sports. Everything you don't like, Sneed don't like about sports. I told y'all who responsible for it. The media, and most important for the NBA, is that guy Skip and Stephen A. I heard you on your show break down more basketball in 2 years, like actually how a team lost and what you seen and dropping knowledge of basketball history than I seen they whole time on First Take. It's for hot takes, man. It's debate. That's why Bron and them act the way they do. Because it's out. They had to now. Social media already a mess.
Right.
You don't gotta have no facts. You just everybody got an opinion, which that's cool. But this was prime TV, and these guys is looking for hot takes instead of analyzing the game. I don't even think they can analyze it.
I think it just went. So it's hard for me, Nino, because obviously you know that I want to try and defend the media. Obviously, you know, being to some extent a media member, even though I'm not technically working in a media capacity at this point, but you know, being a trained journalist who's done it and all that, I want to have some idealism about it. But yeah, a lot of what you said is true, Nino. I can't front, and it's just tough, man, because we're at a point now where we're trying to balance between the factual and the entertainment aspect that Snead was discussing. And I think so often these people end up leaning more towards the entertainment because entertainment makes more money than facts, right? And that's what it is at the end of the day.
I agree. That's why I respect Skip though a little. I like Stephen A too because I remember like Steve Snead was talking about when he first got on first take when he was doing like sports and writing papers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He had this little column. But Skip said that, hey, we got a TV show, we got ratings. Skip ain't never not. Skip always said that, like, hey, we got ratings, we gotta get people watching the show. So,
but Nino, you heard what he said though.
What he
Skip and Stephen A were maxed out. Skip, like Stephen A wasn't carrying his side. It was Shaq and Kobe, and it was like he wasn't doing enough. He wasn't carrying his half. Skip was prepared. Skip had this fire debate, and then Stephen A is pontificating and just rambling, and it wasn't landing the plane.
Right.
Bro, when somebody says you're arguing on volume, you talk too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you never shut up. Right. That's crazy.
I agree. But don't y'all think that y'all was watching for me. I know y'all probably had some great analysts. But y'all remember even Sports Center with Stuart Scott and what's the guy from football? He retired about 10 years ago, Bruce Snead. What was that guy?
Rich Eisen?
Why was it might have been Rich Eisen?
What, you talking about a former player?
No, he wasn't a player. He just a football analyst type of guy. I can't think of his name, but I think of it. Them guys was really breaking down what they seen that game. They didn't really have a Bosch Spice. Remember Skip used to do the Bosch Spice and Jalen Rose called him out like, hey, you talking about guys that made it and you stole 2 points. But now this the hypocritical side. Skip got mad at that. He called him water gun, pistol Pete.
Yeah. Water pistol Pete.
That Jalen Rose did that for all the players who never clapped back at Skip. That's what that was about.
He did.
So y'all, I've heard this from Bruce Snead. I can't say certain things because I got journalistic responsibility. And these guys done made it in this field, and they don't even say that no more. They just do whatever.
They're so far removed,
right? And they're not technically working in the journalism field anymore. They're working in the entertainment and the media aspect. You know what I mean? So, like, that's the one thing I always say. Like, we have to kind of draw that line between journalists and opinionists, right? Now, if you are an opinionist who at one point was a journalist, cool. But there are some who never were, but they're just opinionists. So, like, there's a line, and most people don't know where that line is, so they just kind of do what they do. But yeah, it's definitely tough. Like,
Bruce, do you know what Joe Rogan's profession is? Like, if you looked up his job,
no,
he's a comedian.
Oh, there you go.
And you have people that will listen to his podcast and start changing their diet, their nutrition. They'll listen to his discussions on steroids, like he's an expert. Like he starts talking about, COVID and cures. He's a comedian.
That's crazy.
Who is the source? You have to think about what someone is saying, but who they are.
Right.
All right. My last question for y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go. If you got time to answer these.
Yeah,
do y'all think that this social media era, right, where everything now, I don't even feel bad for Bron because he got millions. I feel a little bad for these guys coming up where every move you make is gonna be highlighted. Do y'all think MJ could have balanced just doing what he was doing and still made it off the social media? This era we live in now, like.
Okay,
so he had to adjust.
This is interesting. I'm gonna let you go and I'm gonna answer your question offline.
All right.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. So to answer Nino's question, right? MJ has said on multiple occasions like how difficult it would be for him to be able to play now, right? Obviously, this is a dude who, as popular as he was, at one point he was right there in the world with Michael Jackson, which is insane, right? In terms of popularity. But he often said that he would have difficulty playing now. Just, he values his privacy a great deal, etc. But my thought on it is that if social media got out of hand with Michael Jordan, it would have been even worse because he would have took it out on the opposition. I truly believe that. Like, remember, this is a dude that literally used to make up stuff for a reason to go at somebody. So I can't imagine you always have a reason to go at somebody because of social media. Oh, he would have gone insane and destroyed the league even more. That's my thought. Sneak.
The wealthiest people in the world are not active on social media. The most successful people on the world have other people running their social media.
Yeah.
It's for promotion. It's for branding. It's to give people a false sense of connection to this person.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a storefront. You know what I'm saying? It says Mom's Diner, but they're selling AR-15s in the back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's this social media is it's what people are making it. If you lived on it, it will consume you and eat you alive. It will chew you up and spit you out.
Yeah.
If it doesn't exist in your world, I mean, it doesn't exist. It's a figment of the imagination.
Correct.
I mean, Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, one of the wealthiest guys in the world, there's no social media. You won't find it.
Right. Touché. And realistically, I mean, that makes sense. Those guys don't have time for that. They can't be bothered with that. And to your point, somebody else is running that account for them. So yeah, I get it.
Oh, this is a conversation about self-exposure, opportunities to slip. What you remember American Gangster? Remember for what Frank said, bro?
Yeah.
Remember what he said? That you bring attention to yourself. You're setting yourself up. It's foolish when you take attention. Remember what he did with the minks and he started going out.
Yeah, when he got caught wearing it, he was like, "Oh hell no!" But his wife was just trying to. But I get it. But think about it, right? And it's the same thing even with the Italian mobsters and whatnot. Which one got to die at home in his sleep? Carlo Gambino, because he stayed low. He wasn't loud. He wasn't obnoxious. He wasn't out there. He did his stuff and he stayed low. So yeah, I totally get it. Real quick, let me answer this for Autism Boy. Skip overrated as a media analyst. Oh, I don't think he is, but he has certain go-tos that he has used to really have a great level of success. Obviously, talk a great deal about the Cowboys, covered them extensively, loves them, wrote 3 books on them, knows Jerry personally, so on. So the Cowboys, and then of course him talking about LeBron for all these years. So I don't think he's overrated as a media analyst, but he has certain go-tos that make people think that he's a one-trick pony, if you understand where I'm.
And he's been really wrong trying to stick his neck out to be different. Like Johnny Manziel's going to wreck the league and be a bigger star than LeBron.
And
what?
Tebow. Yeah.
Like it wasn't even necessary. Why would you do that?
Yeah. But I'll tell you though, it's been said by a number of people that when Skip says something, he really believes it. So
it's crazy to think that because there have been some things you're just like, how?
Like you can't believe that. Yeah.